Universal Studios in LA, and we're here for the Fast and the Furious 8 premiere. The movie comes out in a couple days. We have the chance to look at it first. Mark from STREETFX hooked up a trip here, and so I left Australia to come hang out with Australians. We're gonna go check out the movie and see what it's all about. Get the first look before it comes out in theaters in a couple days. All right, Mark. What was your favorite Fast and the Furious?
What was my favorite what?
Fast and the Furious.
First one.
First one?
Second one, followed by the third one.
They just keep getting less and less. What do you think of the
last time I went to a car meet and then we started like dropping nuclear bombs with tanks and
Alright, Rob, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What was your favorite Fast and the Furious movie?
I'd probably say like the fifth. Somewhere where they were, you know, began being badasses but really weren't going too extreme.
This is Brazil.
Before Han died.
Yeah. Before all the CGI.
Yeah.
Just some of the CGI. Holy crap, now that's a theater. Jeez. What's your YouTube channel?
Domestic AR12 Gaming. AR12. Domestic Mango.
Domestic Mango. Nice.
And Slapjack.
Sweet. Nice. And Ashley just makes phone games that he's playing right now.
Let me introduce and tell you a couple things before we start this. Guys, Fate of the Furious, let's hear it. We get to see it first. Come on, guys, that's not exciting. We're the family here. All right, let's do this. Get ready for the Fate of the Furious. Oh, and thank you, IMAX, for letting us. How cool is this theater? And they gave us free parking. I'm so happy. Thank you, everybody. LUDACRIS Bridges.
What's going on, ladies? Hey. What did you think of the movie? It's hard to compare. Honestly, like every single one we've done is different to me. The story continues to grow and you never know what's gonna happen next and all the surprises, but in terms of just staying afloat of technology with all the cars in New York that, you know, they got tapped, and the dynamic of Jason Statham with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and them coming on the plane. Like, the plane and the baby was my favorite scene of the whole movie, right?
I love the film. It was so much fun. Thanks for coming and doing this. And then we'll meet them outside to talk to them. Yeah.
What was your favorite part, Mark?
The baby.
All right, Mango Man, what was your favorite?
The baby part. Well, we've got the thing is, we've got that.
What was your favorite car?
The baby.
Oh my god, you can't drive a baby.
The Charger was cool. Could you put a baby into GTA and drive the baby?
Well, the premiere last night was a really cool experience. Today is a tour of the garage and a visit with the guy that runs it, making all the movie cars for Universal Studios. So I'm meeting back up with all of our YouTuber friends, and we're gonna grab some breakfast and then head straight there. Well, this is where the Coronas are going.
Yeah.
And the vodka.
Yeah.
What the heck?
The other garages are like, come in here, look, my favorite beer. You guys do. Ashley, thank you very much. Show drivers, people are like, I got it all going on here.
Yeah, so once again, I apologize, I don't have a better example, but this one literally, you know, just got back, and you can see it's fairly rough.
How many of these were built?
Yeah. We built...
And the Chargers.
I think we built 8.
Really?
You can see this car is wired for squips. So this is basically all special effects bullet hits that they can fire off. So as the car is driving, you see the explosions out of the hood. But and once again, I apologize for all the rust. But once again, we build these things in such a mad rush. Paint, clear coating, powder coating, all this just kind of left to the side, but you can at least see, how it all worked, how the differential system worked, the CV axles, We obviously had to shove the motor way back to allow room for all that, but you know, they were pretty cool. Like I said, this was
awesome.
seeing these things in action is pretty impressive.
How much longer is the wheelbase on it?
We didn't. It's really just like an inch.
Really?
We didn't really lengthen it that much at
It just
all.
looks really long.
It looks, it's lowered severely. I mean, we've cut the fenders out, you know, basically the top, you know, just underneath here. So the whole car is basically dropped down, you know, over the chassis. And unlike a normal, you know, 60, 70 Charger, this car actually has a full chassis underneath it. You know, it's super, super durable. I mean, you know, we build these things to basically handle anything they dish out at them. And the cool thing with these cars is we really had 0 failures.
You made 8 of these?
Yeah, so there's basically 3 of them that are identical to this. They're all-wheel drive. This is the only car that have the squibs, you know, that were wired in by Special Effects.
You've got another one over there, the bullet holes in similar locations. I thought I saw that.
So that one over there, there's 2 more over there. So the one that's on the first rack, that one is basically our hero car. So that was a car that, it was really a last minute thing. Originally these cars were a single-seater car. I basically explained, hey, we're building these things, you know, the engine, the transmission, the transfer case really take up all the real estate where the passenger would ride. And then somewhere along the line, you know, things change and hey, we have to have a passenger seat. It's like, oh gosh, you know, it's a little late for that. So we actually had to build a couple cars that had 2 seats in them. And so there's that, basically, if you've seen the film where Rhodes is in the car with him, that's where that came in. So
okay.
that car was kind of an afterthought, then we had to build a duplicate for that.
Oh shit, we need an extra seat.
But and then we basically just faked it with the top of a Sparco seat, you know, propped up. Because luckily, he never drives the car with a passenger. So we skated by narrowly on that one.
Nice.
It does have a dead battery, but I can, like I said, this car's been sitting since wrap. But I can get someone to fire it up if you guys want to hear it.
Yeah. We can make content.
There you go.
That was badass. Didn't expect some flames. Yeah, you're right in front of that. Nice. No shit.
Yeah, this is another one of my favorites. This was a really cool part of the whole project was this car, and it really, I felt what was neat about it is it kind of brought back some hands-on interacting with DAHM and car. You know, because we seem to have, you know, gotten away from that a little bit through the franchise, and this was a chance to bring that back where, you know, basically DAHM is in Cuba. He's put in a situation where he has to race the fastest guy on the island, and he's given really a car that's just at a complete huge disadvantage. You know, basically the slowest street racer on the island. You know, luckily the car did have a turbo. Story-wise, the turbo kit is something that they, you know, got out of a salvage yard off of a marine, off of a boat situation. You know, the motors, you know, we're going to assume the motor's like a 327 from the 60s, and the fact that it was a turbo just allowed him to do his tricks with the wastegate and, you know, up the boost.
So they're based on real things where he's actually doing something to the car for the wastegate.
Yeah. That's all legit, yeah. So basically, the theory, and I just saw the movie and it goes by so quick that you might miss it, but I'll do the quick explanation of it. So basically, you have the vacuum line that feeds the wastegate. So what Dom does initially is he's looking for an Allen wrench. He wants to adjust the boost on the car. He can't come up with that. He just takes the top of his Coke can, pulls the vacuum line, he basically pinches the line, restricting the vacuum of the wastegate, increasing the boost maybe, you know, 5-10 pounds. So gets him in the ballpark. Just in case he runs a piece of baling wire from the vacuum line inside the car. So if all else fails, you can yank that piece of baling wire and basically put the car into full boost, which with the size of the turbocharger would be around 30 pounds. So it's not going to last long at 30 pounds of boost, but it's going to make a whole bunch of power for a very short time. As Letty states in the movie, you know, you're basically creating a time bomb. But, you know, Dom says, yeah, well, it only has to last, you know, from here to there. So, you know, of course, in the end, it all works out. Another interesting feature of this car was in the dialogue, and like I said, I just saw the movie the first time, and everyone's, you know, clapping and applauding, so I can't swear that it was in there, but the transmission is basically out of a tractor. If you've ever seen like an old backhoe transmission, which basically in Cuba is what they do. They'll take a transmission out of a tractor, they'll take a, an alternator off of a generator, they'll do whatever they can do to get something back together. So basically the car is equipped with 4 forward gears and 4 reverse gears. So one lever is to shift gears and the other lever is from forward mode to reverse mode. So
it's realistic that can go that fast.
it's realistic because it's always my job to try to explain these things. Hey, how does he go 100 miles an hour backwards? So I try to really stress the importance of that, because otherwise you're watching the movie and you're going, hey, wait a minute. So there is some logic behind it, and that was it. And
so that answers how they can go 100 miles an hour in reverse.
right. So if you see it, it's quick, and like I said, the cut went by. So I have to watch the movie, and I'm hoping that it all got in there. But theoretically, he spins the car around. He's already in 3rd gear. He grabs 4th gear, puts it into reverse mode, and then the car just keeps the speed up. So
that explains that. It didn't really quite explain that in the movie.
Yeah, well, I'm always worried about that. And granted, maybe 99% of people don't care, but I care. I know that you would care, but yeah, it's important. How does a car go that fast backwards? We know it maxed out red line at about 36 miles an hour. So that was the explanation behind it. But so this is the GNX that Dom drove in the 4th installment of the franchise. If you remember, it's when they did the fuel heist with the land train. It was just a great build. I had a lot of fun with that. It gave me the opportunity to build a couple of vehicles like that were my childhood dreams, like the 3-axle 80 Chevy truck. We had the 67 truck with a gigantic big rig axle and the 22.5 super singles in the back. So it's almost like just going back to being 12 years old and playing with toy cars. So this car, once again, we just talked about it. This is the Yenko that was driven in Too Fast, Too Furious. Ends up driven by Paul. This is a car that you basically see him launch from land and land in the boat, which was a pretty spectacular sequence. And once again, the thing about Fast and Furious movies is usually when you see this stuff, it seems unbelievable where it's actually really happening. So there actually was a Camaro that was launched. It was completely filled with foam, so in case it went in the water, it would be buoyant and sink to the bottom. So
that's hilarious.
There's so much that goes into those action sequences that people don't ever realize. And I think that is about all of the Supra. Oh, Supra, I'm sorry. Sorry, okay. So Supra from Too Fast, Too Furious. Yeah, so this is a car, this is a Fast and Furious favorite. These are cars that really kind of started the franchise. When you look at the Supras, the RX-7s, it's kind of where it all started. But this is actually one of the hero cars that originally came from the first movie and it was basically recycled for the second. But if you look under the hood, you can see it was the real deal. At the moment, it had a little rat infestation problem where it ate through the harness, so we have to get back on it and replace a large portion of the wiring harness and get it going. This car is a true runner, driver. Makes big power. What's that?
Looks like a pretty decent sized turbo. What's the power now?
I don't know, to tell you the truth, because once again, this car was before my time in the franchise. I came in on the 3rd one, so I actually didn't build this car. But rumor has it this car was making 500-600 horsepower. So, and it's cool. These cars are great. I always look for opportunities to bring cars of this type back into the franchise. And hopefully the next one we get some avenues where we can bring back some of the classic cars that the true fans from the very beginning of the franchise have been waiting to see.
What do you think?
Pretty crazy. Awesome to see the cars.
A lot cooler than I thought it'd be.
It blows my mind that they have 10 of each car, basically.
Yeah, and he said, was it 6 of the Corvettes?
I think so. There's 3 in the workshop. Getting to see the special effects on the bottom and stuff's pretty rad.
Yeah. Now let's get down to it. My thoughts on Fast and the Furious 8, or Fate of the Furious. If you fell in love with Fast and the Furious like I did originally because of the cars and the street racing, this is back before I had 1320 video. I haven't filmed anything, and I had yet to go to my first street race. That was like a year later, but this really intrigued my interest. I really loved the cars, even though some of them, the styling wasn't that what I like. It really shaped what the car culture was like, and it really pushed street cars and street racing bigger and better from where it was. And movies like this are a lot of the reason why some people watch our videos, because they can't or don't want to go out street racing, or they can't afford to build a car. So it was fun for me back when I couldn't afford to own a fast car to watch the movie series. If you're going to Fast and the Furious 8 for the cars and for the racing, you're not going to be very happy. It's a big continuation of the story of the series and about the heist plot, and more about movie production effects, and it's a big step again from the previous Fast and the Furious. The movie starts off in Cuba, which was really cool to me because I saw a video on the cars in Cuba a few years ago about how they're frozen in time, and people put boat engines in the cars and just do anything they can to keep them running. They're family heirlooms because it's been several decades since they've been able to import cars from other countries because of the trade embargo. So it was neat to see that piece in the movie. And then you have a big street race, some ridiculous things happen there. After going to see vehicle effects, it was really cool to see how some of that stuff was actually real, and how the cars were made. It made the movie that much more special to me, and it went back to seeing what the cars were all about and the man that gets to choose and build those. It was awesome. The plot is pretty over the top ridiculous, as you can imagine from the trailer. There's one big surprise in there that you guys are gonna like, and it's a good continuation of the series. If you don't already know, 9 and 10 are already in the books, and they're going to be shooting those, so you can look forward to that. It'll be interesting to see where they go from here, because it's pretty ridiculous plot as is. Tomorrow we get the day off. We're going to go hang out with our YouTube friends for another day. We get a behind-the-scenes tour, VIP treatment, gourmet lunch, skip the line. It's going to be a fun day. For our last day here in Los Angeles for the Fast and the Furious trip, we're here at Universal Studios again where we saw the premiere, but today it's just all about having fun. We're gonna have a behind the scenes tour of the park, go jump on some rides. We got one of the all access skip the line passes. We're meeting up with Rob again. I'm here with the Australian still, and also meeting up with my friend Parker, the one that took me to his friend's house to check out the Lamborghini Mira last time we were here. Let's get to it. We asked for sunscreen and we got a whole VIP packet of experience. What were these? Is there lotion? Is it roofies? Oh shit, we got roofies. They've got ecstasy. Oh my god, free ecstasy. I love California.
Come on board. Hi guys, welcome. Plenty of seats, yeah. You want to have a good suite? You want to have a good view if you sit there? Did you? Alright guys.
I like this.
Next, our journey.
Did you see the ice charger over there?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Welcome
charger,
aboard.
ice charger?
Joining us on
That one
Cat
looked really clean.
Car. Coming up to the left, you'll see some famous Universal picture cars. Take a good look at that Magnum PI Ferrari though, and a real Ferrari engine is too loud for filmmaking, so they usually just film with a car like that, and then add it in here. What's missing? The glass on the outside, exactly. It never existed in reality.
Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
Oh, hey.
Not your jurisdiction.
That truck.
Now, stink pickle. Try to move that vehicle. It's about to get real interesting.
Who is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime.
I got the whole by the horn!
Now we're moving.
Yeah, look out! You give me the witness to my own coming today! You're getting away! Coming in!
Way to go, Levy.
Don't climb another missile shot!
Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this.
I don't shoot! Let's move the bridge! Under construction!
Everybody hold on. Give me the nitrous. Run and die.
Oh yeah, let's give it up for Fast and Furious Super Show!
Hell yeah.
It got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it. I said, give it the fingers
Hey Norman,
Norman's aged a little bit.
You want to come sign some autographs? Yeah? Oh, that's time. Okay, we're moving on. A little close there.
Do it again. There are flowers on the dessert. Are you supposed to eat them?
Okay, eight.
Somebody please call security. Oh my god. Are you mixing your food in with your flowers?
I'm trying so hard. Wow. It's not working.
Oh my god.
These people do not represent Australia. They are a subset.
What exactly would they represent?
Did you just eat the flower out of here?
You missed out on a lot of shit while you were.
Here's my type. Wow, eat flower. Okay.
There's flour in your
We left the
beard.
Jurassic Park.
VIP.
Okay, so
Anybody?
he'll be your best friend. He loves us up.
Is this true?
It depends on who's sucking.
You say that to me, I'm a vampire. Well, who do you think is doing the sucking?
Uh-oh.
God can't help you now.
It's in bedtime.
Say goodbye to
Flower eater.
Please bite him. Please.
thirsty, not desperate.
Oh my god.
Ladies here, and you want me to bite him. Apparently, this is the one you want to get out of the group, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I understand.
This was an actual commercial airliner they bought for $60,000.
Loaded on flatbed trucks, but it was too tall with the top of the aircraft. So they ripped the top off, shipped it out here and set it up. You guys, go take a look at the top of the hill. You'll see some homes up there. Those are real homes. Somebody's view from their backyard, you guys.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Airplane wreckage out your back window.
Now,
Well, after 3 great days in Los Angeles, the trip has come to an end, and it was awesome. And I all to Mark at STREETFX. Check out his new YouTube channel down in the description. There's a link there. He's in Australia, a lot like me. Started his company just out of his hobby, passion, and it's blown up. And also Ashley at SMG Studios for bringing us here and bringing all these YouTubers together, meeting all these other awesome channels, getting to hang out with them, and just enjoy a couple days off. And also, Ashley got my car in a phone game called Thumb Drift, so check that out. I'll put the link in the description. You can drift my ZR1 called the Spank Bank in this game. It's pretty addicting. I'm not good at it yet, but it's definitely addicting. There she is. Never thought that would happen. Maybe we'll get the unicorn in there soon. But thanks again, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.